3 days before Christmas, I didn't close the window tight enough, and my sister Willow caught a cold. My parents immediately kicked me out, ordering me to go into the woods in the middle of the night to chop down a Christmas tree. Meanwhile, Mom and Dad hovered around Willow, asking her endless questions and fussing over her. I didn't cry, didn't argue, I just grabbed the saw and walked into the biting wind and snow, heading for the woods. I didn't find a Christmas tree, but I found a man. His leg was horribly stuck between two rocks, bloody and terrifying. When he saw me approach, he rasped, "Little girl, just get me out of here and I'll grant you anything you wish." I stared blankly, my eyes focusing. "Really? Then I want you to be my dad." The words had barely left my lips when I realized the man in front of me had passed out. After thinking it over, I pulled him free anyway. I hoisted his unconscious body, limping my way back home. Just as I was about to tell my parents what had happened, my dad's slap was my welcome. "Where's your Christmas tree? Christmas is almost here. How are we supposed to celebrate without one?" Mom frowned, her eyes sweeping over me like I was something disgusting she'd found on her shoe. "Who is this man? Why did you bring him back?" I pursed my lips, wanting to explain. In this weather, he could freeze to death if left outside for one night, let alone with those injuries. Willow, however, suddenly skipped over, spotting a bracelet on the man's wrist. "Wow, that bracelet is so pretty. I want it." Willow was the family's little princess. Whatever she asked for, Mom and Dad would agree. Sure enough, Mom reached out to unfasten the injured man's bracelet. Ugh, why won't this thing come off? Never mind, let him stay here for the night. Once he wakes up, we'll just ask him for it. After all, we saved him. Willow clapped her hands happily. "Yay, I'll have a new bracelet tomorrow." "Riley, remember to give Max the leftover steak from dinner tonight." Max was our dog. I hadn't even eaten dinner yet, but Willow wanted to give my share to the dog. At that moment, Willow and Dad were helping bandage the man's wounds. Then she suddenly turned to me and said, "Oh right, Riley, you haven't eaten, have you? But Max hasn't eaten either." Just then, Grandma Elsie snapped, "She doesn't need to eat. She can't even get a Christmas tree right. What good is she?" Right then, the man we'd rescued finally regained consciousness and slowly opened his eyes. Willow looked at his wrist and said petulantly, "I saved you, so you have to repay me. I want that bracelet." Without hesitation, the man took off the bracelet and placed it on Willow's soft, pale hand. "I'm Matthias Blackwood. My friends and I had an accident while on vacation. Thank you for saving my life." I stared intently at my adopted dad, hoping he'd recognize that I was the one who saved him. But his gaze remained solely on Willow, completely missing me. My hands, clenched tightly at my sides, slowly relaxed. It was always like this. Mom and Dad, and Grandma Elsie too. Everyone only loved innocent, lively Willow, who was like a doll. No one ever liked quiet, plain me. Willow got her bracelet and skipped off to walk Max. Dad looked at the man impatiently. "Well, if that's the case, then hurry and have your friends come pick you up. It's almost Christmas. You're just being a burden." "My apologies, I can't reach my friends," Matthias said awkwardly. Eventually, he promised to transfer money to my parents once he returned home, and that's how he temporarily stayed with us. Grandma Elsie rolled her eyes at me from the side. "It's all your fault. You couldn't find a Christmas tree, and instead you brought trouble into the house." Grandma Elsie threw a dish rag right in my face. "Get out there and wash the dishes." I quietly dished out a bowl of mushroom soup for Matthias. I was a little reluctant. It was supposed to be my dinner tonight. That night, my parents made Matthias sleep in the storage room. He didn't know that the storage room was actually my room. Matthias looked surprised when he asked me, "This is your room? Are you their daughter? How come you don't even have a bed?" In the dim light, I didn't answer his question. Matthias rubbed his temples, a hint of distaste on his face as he lay down on the floor. I curled up tighter, hugging myself, trying to stay warm. To be honest, I regretted it a little. I'd saved him hoping to finally have a dad who loved me, but my adopted dad didn't even remember me. Of course, compared to cute, pretty Willow, I was dirty and thin. Since I didn't get a good dad, maybe next